Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where Laf and me, we're going to get through some long, hard miles today.
Long, hard miles, great racing. I love it when we have big racing all over the world, and that's been the case. Tomorrow is the Melbourne Cup. It's just fantastic racing, and again, the culmination of the Rugby World Cup. Those, like yourself, who are big on the All Blacks, will prove to be correct. And they just are the super side, aren't they?
Yeah, they played magnificent rugby. They just squashed those poor little Aussies.
Yeah,
you know.
At 21-17, I thought, well, maybe it could turn because they were a man down, but just too good a team.
Just absolutely fantastic rugby game, fantastic soccer.
James, stay with rugby for a second. Your idea of who came out of the World Cup with a lot of points. Would you say the Argentinians, the Japanese, people like that?
I thought the Japanese was exceptional. You know, the way they played against us, they came with a game plan. The ball went in the scrum, it came out immediately. You never got a chance
they tackled around the feet.
Put a shove on.
Yeah.
And they just had it so worked out. Eddie Jones got to be a genius. Argentinians have improved a lot.
They're a big side
today.
A team
like Georgia played some really
good rugby. The Americans have improved. Georgia can't. It's getting to be that the minnows aren't that weak anymore.
I feel very sorry for the Six Nations because they don't look too good at all.
No, they're struggling. The home nation, well, the Wallabies beat 3 of them.
Yeah. The problem was actually when you look at Wales and Ireland, they lost their best players at key times of the thing, and that made a big difference because they haven't got the depth. Scotland played fantastically. They've only got 2 major league teams playing in Scotland.
They were outstanding.
So they played well. England are terribly disappointing. If Lancaster doesn't go, then
James, I know we're just labelling a point here, but jobs under threat have got to be the South African coach, because you don't go a season when you lose to Australia, you lose to Argentina and Japan.
Don't you worry.
He'll stay
there.
on.
Yeah, they're like 10-man
England,
rugby.
You think Lancaster will go?
I think Lancaster's got to go.
Got to go.
You know,
And
I think Lancaster's absolutely clueless. Yeah. He left out 2 of his best players. One because he's an overseas player apparently, and the other guy, Cipriani, the fly half.
Good point.
He's got to go. I think the Frenchman will stay because he's part of the furniture.
No, the Frenchman's big history. Son Andre.
Yeah.
He'll be out with the washing.
Oh, will he?
Yeah, he'll be out with the washing.
No, they love him in France. You know, he's one of the national icons.
Out. You're gone. He's got a strike record of 40%.
We've got a lot of talking to do today. We're going to be chatting about all the big racing at Turfendine. Remember Charity Mile Day. And then we're going to go and chat about, in your call, the Breeders' Cup. And we're going to show some of the main highlights of the Breeders' Cup. We weren't able to get it all, but we got some fantastic racing. So enjoy the program. Let's go into 3 to follow.
Dad, distorted humor. He's probably one of his best sons at stud.
I'll have another. Wins the Derby. Lilacs and Lace, 48-1 upset.
He's just a big, strong, leggy horse.
Well, we're going to go to Greyville Friday night, and we're going to go and have a look at Friday night Greyville race meeting. We start with a Michael Robertson mate. This horse looks like a nice horse. I liked him in the parade ring, Canter Pass.
Very nice horse.
Let's go and pick him up.
Yeah, correct. Let's have a look at the race. Drawn down the inside. Trap 1 is Imagination. This horse is by Visionaire, who's really doing it. You saw Lalo in the last race, and Samuel having such a wonderful weekend. But this horse, he gets out nicely enough, but then the winner is in green, and that's a horse called Texas Cowboy. Comes across him, he just loses his position, and young Keegan de Miller has to keep a horse having his debut run on the surface, and he really doesn't know much about it, James.
Well, here he's lucky that the horse on his outside never got in front of him, because he's obviously shouting his mouth off. They held off for him, which held his position, but he is under big pressure, this horse. He doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah, that's
right. And the guy on his outside, in the GoldCircleRacing colours gives him plenty of room, which is lucky for him.
Yeah.
But you see this horse in the straight. He's now just lost contact with the horses in front. He's got a good action. He gallops on. It wasn't an easy horse to find, but you'll see the way he keeps on going. Looks like he's under pressure.
Yeah, he gets a couple of smacks because he's done a lot here. But then Keegan doesn't punish him when he can't hit the money, and he punches him out in his hands. Follow him, but a good one by Texas Cowboy, and Samovar runs on really late, showing he wants an extra trip. But there down the inside, not far behind Samovar, is our horse, Imagination.
In the Newbury colours,
That's right.
Evans.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you know, he looks like a nice horse. Hopefully he'll go on and win something for them. The next one, we go to Kenilworth on Saturday. Let's go and have a look at the maiden plate. They go 1,000 metres. Watch this. This is the classic example of slow rush faded.
Yes.
Percival.
This is typical military training in South Africa. Or stand and wait, jump, run, do as much as you can, and wait again. Here we go. Now you can see it's in the Platinum Silks. Didn't get away anywhere near them. Neither did the runner-up, funny enough, Speed Limit, who was unraced as well. But the rider of this horse thinks, well, I'm going to go past him. You know, the leader is your winner, and that wins a very good race. Chennai, Spice. But have a look how quickly he gets his horse into the race. A horse called Percival down the inside.
Well, he's already fourth, this horse. He's got beautiful action. He's by VAR. He's bred by La Plaisance. And this is a really nice horse.
Yeah.
And the rider says, no, hey, Silver, 400, we got to go. We should be in front by now. Puts him under the cosh. He keeps finding this horse after he's done a hell of a lot in the early part of the race. And now he's under a hard ride and looks like
very green. You can see he runs out, and the runner-up comes down his inside. A very good run by Speed Limit as well. But I just thought this horse Percival got left, walked out the gates, got rushed right up into second, and stayed on for a place. But beautiful action, as James said. Follow this horse Percival, a VAR.
Right, we're now moving on and going to have a look at Greyville on the 1st of November. And we had some very interesting racing. Let's go and have a look at the 1,400 metre. It's a maiden plate. Remember, we're back on the turf here, Laf.
Lovely to see. I had a look at the turf this morning. There are about 5 races on the turf. It's beautiful. And Michelle Narak, the CEO, is now looking at the course as well, and they're very pleased with the course. Here is this horse on the outside. It's Buffalo Bill's horse, Brian Bernard. Arthur Marcus rider. He's a beautifully bred horse by Silvana out of a Danel mare. Way back. And you know, Arthur is a vanguard man. And way back, James.
Yeah, and now he's got in and got a position. He keeps looking around here. I think he wants to get in there, and he's going to get in. He's giving the horse a shove, going to get in on the fence. So there he gets
Arthur's a great rider. You can see how he got this horse. He kept looking that he wouldn't interrupt the horse behind him, which happens to be mine. And Arthur rode in. Arthur sees here that I'm not going to stay on the fence. There are a few dying.
He died. He was mad to get on
James,
the fence.
what's interesting here, the third horse is your winner, Pyrenees in Spain, I think it is.
Yeah.
And right behind his horse they backed, called Blackagate in the red cap. Now look how Blackagate, who's sweating down the sides, goes past the leader, I thought.
Yeah.
And the leader comes back. That's a very good ride by Keegan DeMello. And the horse that we found is 3 off the right now. As you look, Arthur's got the stick in his right hand, and this is his debut run. We'll go much further too. This is a debut run. Very good run, James.
Yeah, the way he's bred, he's got to be a really nice horse. And he's just plugging on at them under a ride from Marcus. And, you know, he ends up running fourth. You'll find big improvement.
James,
from
beaten 2 lengths.
Beaten 2 lengths. Not a bad run. Pyrenees in Spain look like the right horse from the Bosch stable. They're firing like good things at the moment. Good for them.
Good for them.
We're going to go and have a look at Blast from the Past. We got the 1997 Dingons, because remember, at the end of this month, we got the Dingons, which is the first real test for the 3-year-olds.
Soft falling rain, pulling clear. Soft falling rains won the SA Nursery by 3.
Racing in the 2,000 guineas. Gates fly and they're racing in the Godolphin Mile.
They're off and racing.
Weight didn't matter. Class tells, soft falling rain, much too good. Soft falling rain, an impressive guineas winner. Soft falling rain is drawing clear.
He's made it 7 out of 7 by winning here today.
But it's soft falling rain who is powering away for Seat the Mining Style, a high-class performer, wins the Nay of Joel Stakes.
comes the white flag, and the runners are sent on their way then from that 1600-metre marker. And Chief Editor broke out well. Classic Flag came out second, and Jetmasters away in third. Then it's heading south on the far side of runners with Model Magic and My Wand on the far side is handy, only a half a length off the leader. Then comes United Land on the far side, being followed then by Sheer Edge. In behind those runners, Foreign Press and then Bob's Favourite. They lying about 5 or 6 lengths off the leader. Down at the 1,000-metre marker they go. My One's going to wait for no one. He's gone on a length and a half clear. Jetmaster running in second, and then comes heading south. Classic Flag 3 lengths off the leader. Chief Editor's right here as well in the magenta colours, racing now 3 lengths off those leaders. Then a length away to United Land behind them. Then Senor Primero. Model Magic's in behind those. Swing for home, down to the business part of the race. Let's get on to it. 600 to go. My One. Jetmaster starting to move in on the inside. Chief Editor's back at the rail. Classic Flag is 2.5 lengths off the leader. Then heading south behind that. Chief Editor's hit the front with 300 to go. Chief Editor at the rail. My One between runners. Classic Flag's going to come around him. Jetmaster's got about 2 lengths to make up inside the last 180 metres. Chief Editor, Classic Flag, Jetmaster, My One's in trouble. Classic Flag's coming home strongly on the outside. A small horse, but got tons of ability. And Classic Flag and Striker to claim the Dingons. Chief Editor second, Jetmaster third, My One.
Well, Classic Flag, what a racehorse he was. He ended up being a very nice stallion and down in the Eastern Cape for the Boaters. He ended up winning the July for David Ferraris.
Yeah, very good horse by Alan Flag, I think.
Yeah, Alan Flag.
Great ride. How's my hair? To right, James?
Your hat's
That's
come
better.
on.
Shit, I started looking like James. I thought, that's James. No, it's me. Getting back to the race, James, some big horses in that race.
Yeah. Jetmaster.
Yeah, the mighty Jetmaster.
Had throat operation after throat operation.
Yeah, 3 throat tops. I think he won 9 or 10 Group 1s.
My Wand, I think there was some really nice horses.
My Wand, I think that was Keith Smith's horse.
Yeah.
You know, he had Star Bass, and I think it was called that. But well done to them. But that was a superb field and a great race. And let's say the Dingons is always a very good race.
Yeah, well, we'll be seeing more of Dingonses over the next couple of weeks, and we've got the big one coming up at the end of the month at Turfentine. Let's go and have a look at the Plum of the Week. This is a good one.
Roy's Academy, the first one to challenge, toll free between the two of them. Licorice Moon on the outside. Devon Blue goes in for a run. Toll free now comes to Roy's Academy as they pass the 200. Toll free takes it up. Roy's Academy down the inside is White Feather. But toll free goes on over the last 100 metres. Licorice Moon tries to run on, but toll free will win. And toll free has got it won. The second position, maybe Roy's Academy, then Licorice Moon and Seattle Bell.
Well, it started 6 to 10. You could have got even money on Interbet, and it was.
I got 11 to 10.
You got 11 to 10.
There was 11 to 10 about late on the source. You could have got 11 to 10, maybe even a stretch further. I undipped him and I thought it was the right price. Looked very hard to oppose.
It certainly looked like the right horse. It's an interesting horse because it's owned by Rob Pickering and Gerald Sadler.
Is Gerald involved?
Yeah, Gerald's involved in it, and Rob gave Gerald 50% as a present, you know. Said you can have 50%. It's had 4 runs, I think, three places and a win.
Yeah.
So
It won well too.
Shows you never look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, you look at it anywhere else, but never in the mouth.
Okay, so now we're going to go and have a look at current affairs, where we've got a huge amount of racing from Johannesburg, and then we're also going to be talking a little bit about the Melbourne Cup.
Bet on any sport at any time, even during play. From as little as R2, you too can be part of the action. With over 20 sports betting options, Interbet offers you more variety and the best odds. Go to www.interbet.co.za now.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Current Affairs. Great racing up on the Halfveld. I was lucky enough to be up there, saw some exceptional horses, and there's some good ones around, James.
Absolutely, and you look at the young stock that we've got, it was just a fantastic day's racing, and Mike Woodstock and Princess Charlene, they put on these two maiden plates.
Massive
I don't know
maidens.
that they've got the concept right as to what they're trying to do, but it's
good
fantastic to watch, and the owners of the one bunch, one horse that won, they were just in tears. They were so excited to win a maiden plate for 250,000 Rand. But let's go straight into the racing that we're going to show you. We show you all the group races, and there were 5 or 6 of them. We start with the race 3, which was the Yellowwood handicap, and Mike de Kock started the favourite here for the team of stable employees.
Persian Rug.
Stephen Gell and Natty Kotson.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be moving the horse today.
Back here.
Yeah, no doubt. The outsider wins from the stable. What's going on?
Well, you know what it's like, James.
Anyway.
When you've got a lot of decent horses in your yard, and the big filly, she was unlucky not to win a Group 1 as a 2-year-old, and she'll be back in town.
I'm sure she will, but the Centenary won for the Mike de Kock yard. They had a double on the day, and the second filly, Marmalade, the Duke of Marmalade filly, is a very, very decent filly, and bilateral a Group 1 winner. So let's go and have a look at the Yellowwood from the 800.
8 lengths to track down, further back to Pennington Sands, and the back marker is bilateral. They're coming up to the 800-metre marker just before turning for home. Wild Ash is a useful advantage, kicks away 2.5 lengths. From in second, Persian Rug. Epsom Downs races third. Wider out in the black and green is Dream Galaxy. Then comes Marmalade. Galilee down the inside of the track is further back, followed by Peep Show, and then Love to Sail. 500 to go, and down the inside, Persian Rug picks up the advantage with Epsom Downs. Dream Galaxy further back. Wild Ash is now struggling. Marmalade is moving up down the centre. Galilee. Pennington Sands from the back end, and Love to Sail also striking fortune on the outside. 250 to go. In front, the Centenary. The race has changed complexion. The Centenary, Marmalade, Pennington Sands and Dream Galaxy, but it's the Centenary in the Yellowwood handicap that goes on strongly. Ridden from behind, and the Centenary will beat Marmalade. Close for third, maybe bilateral. From in fourth, Pennington Sands.
Yeah, well, Michael de Kock on the board quickly here. This is by Master Craftsman, this horse, the Centenary. New Zealand bred, looks very good horse.
Out of a Monjo mare. Now if you're looking for staying blood, you go to New Zealand. And this is proper staying blood. Nice for Winston Chow. He's been a long-time supporter. I think he's from mainland China, Winston.
Yeah.
And he's been a long-time supporter of racing in this country. He deserves to have a Group 3 winner. Well done to you, Winston.
Yeah, well done.
Right, we're going to move on and have a look at the next one, which was, let me get my notes out.
Ready to Run Cup.
Ready to Run Cup. We're showing these, although these aren't group races, because they were the 2 big sales companies had their cups. And this one was Empress Palace Ready to Run Cup. We're going to go and have a look at what happened here.
Deep down Rebel, further back Frosted Honey, Sweet Habanero. Races behind that, that's giving them about 7 to 8 lengths start. Elusive Prophecy and Kitty's Destiny, the trailer. 800 to go, about to turn for home here. Over 2 million Rand in stake money. How'd you like it? Takes on Red Carpet Captain. They will lead them in by 2 lengths from Dawn Raid and Dutch Harbour. Further to the inside is Chestnuts and Pearls. Waiting behind them, Crystal Glamour. Lineker's up the centre, got to pick up. 4 lengths to go. Netflix runs on. Further back in the field, rearing to go, and then comes Frosted Honey. Reaching the 300-metre marker. Red Carpet Captain's in front. Crystal Glamour emerges as a danger. Lineker is all over them on the outside. Got a length to make up. Then Dawn Raid. 150 to go. Crystal Glamour. Lineker finishes hard on the outside. Crystal Glamour and Lineker. These are the 2. Lineker gets there. Close to home. Lineker's won it from Crystal Glamour. 3 lengths away to Red Carpet Captain. Dawn Raid.
Well, there we go. Michael Leaf's horse, trained by Justin Snaith. Lineker, we all know who Lineker was, ridden by Striker. So there's the omens, but well purchased, this horse.
Yeah, you purchased it.
Yeah, I bought this horse.
But this is the Bloodstock South Africa Ready to Run race. Sorry, I said it was the...
No, other way around, yeah.
This is the Bloodstock South Africa Ready to Run race. So this was the BSA race. What is interesting about these two races is they're both from the same crop of horses, okay, sold at two different sales.
That's right.
In this race, you had 4 horses rated over 100.
Yes.
In the other race, you had 1 horse rated over 100, but he's the best supposed 3-year-old, 2-year-old in South Africa, Rabada.
Yeah,
least,
even a bit of a strong
Radaba's
day.
a cricketer, isn't he?
Yes, very good one.
Yeah,
Quick.
yeah, quick.
So well done. There's Lineker, a beautiful horse. And funny enough, the mother was a Group 1 winner in South Africa. And it's by Star Witness, a stallion who's really flying over there. But well done to Justin Snaith, well done to Michael. And a very good run by the runner-up, Crystal Grammar. There was an objection, red carpet style against a red carpet captain, against Dawn Raid.
Well, I'm amazed because Dawn Raid got absolutely cleaned up by red carpet captain.
Cleaned up.
And that was a red carpet, a red card clean up. But anyway, Arthur got away with it. So let's go and have a look at the Empress Palace Ready to Run Cup. That's the CTS one. And this was a triumph for Gary Alexander.
Yeah.
Crafton Sobanana is the trailer. There's 15 lengths first to last. They're going a really strong gallop here. 800 meters to go. Top form is in front. Brings them in by a good 3 lengths here. Khaleesi second, Duke Nukem and main submission, then Champagne Haze 5 to go. Rabada's moving closer, got 6 minutes to make up. Further to the inside, off to goal, King of Chaos. Then came Heaps of Fun. The badge in behind that as they come down with 450 to go. Top form clear by 2. Champagne Haze coming home quickly. Main submission, Duke Nukem. Rabada still got 4 lengths to make up. Khaleesi behind that. Champagne Haze hits the front in the CTS Empress Palace Ready to Run Cup. And it's Champagne Haze. Duke Nukem is back in second. Rabada is on the outside. Champagne Haze is clear though of Rabada, and Champagne Haze will win it easily. Second to Rabada. King of Chaos a blinder third. Then Duke Nukem. Heaps of
Well, there we go. Wonderful win by Champagne Haze. This is by Cahal, and good to see Lawrence Werner's colours again. Him and a bunch of mates own this horse with Gary, and wonderful for them. A lot of people were saying James was a race between the top 2 finishers. A lot to do from the draw for the unbeaten horse.
Yeah, and interesting zone is just chatting about them. Bruce Gardner, who we know well.
Yes.
Racing Association man. And Greg Sadie.
Greg Sadley,
Simpson,
what a man.
That lunatic Simpson on television, what's his name?
Not Russell Simpson, no.
No, the one at...
yes, that guy who plays pranks on everybody.
Yeah.
Wackhead.
Yeah, Wackhead Simpson.
Has he got a share?
Yeah, he's got a share as well.
Sure, well done
They're
to
all
him.
involved. I think they've all been mates of the Alexander. But just a quick thing about Gary and Dean and the team.
The twins.
The twins. They ran first, third, and fourth in this race. They ran second in the other race. So they ran first, second, third, and fourth in these 2 races, which is a phenomenal achievement.
Great achievement.
And you've got to take your hat off.
Take your hat off to them. They purchased horses for this race, and they all got in there firing. Well done to the twins, and well done to everyone concerned with this race. And again, Andrew Fortune, still one of the masters of the game.
Bred by Summerhill. It's by Cahal out of Key Danzig mare.
Yeah.
Vinfizz. I think it's one of those Summerhill.
Yeah.
families.
A big weekend for Summerhill.
Yeah.
I think they had 4 on Sunday. Never mind what they had in Joburg on Saturday. So well done to Mickey and his team.
Okay, we're going to move on and we're going to have a look at the Starling Stakes. 3-year-old fillies, grade 3, and Robbie Sage. So he's still a very, very good trainer.
Dubois also racing exposed on the outside of those. Finding Alice in the bright yellow colours as midfield. Then came Melly Flora, who follows her. Sharma is 3/4 of the way back with 2 lengths away to Beautiful Shea. Then further back to Negro Amaro. Miracle Rising feels the squeeze, and at the back of the field is Allegorical as they became homeward bound. 700 metres left to go. Sweet Painted Lady is in front. Kilo Wire has gone forward to race second. Then comes Layla's Charger. Inside of that, Mela Maria in the yellow colours. Swift Sarah's next. Joan Ranger's now been asked for her effort. She's got about 5 to make up. Madame Dubois is next, and towards the grandstand side, Negro Amaro and Sharma. They now have 300 metres left to the line. Sweet Painted Lady asked to run. Joan Ranger tightens up. Madame Dubois is in the race in the red cap nearest us. Also, Mela Maria's up towards the inside. Joan Ranger, Mela Maria and Madame Dubois. 3 of them difficult to separate. On the outside is Madame Dubois running on hard, and Madame Dubois or Mela Maria. That's close. Third goes to Joan Ranger. Then came Melly Flora. I think it goes...
Well, there we go. What a superb ride by Striker. Well, a good ride by all three of those guys. Fish Sturgeon tried hard on the Australian runner-up, but well done to Robbie Sage. That's what James is saying. He's a superb trainer. Colin Bird always put his money down. Well done to him as well.
He's a great supporter, Colin Bird.
And James, Count Dubois keeps throwing big horses.
Absolutely.
Very good
French
stallion.
Navy. He's
he's just a very good stallion. If you can
stallion.
buy a Count Dubois, you buy a Count Dubois. I've always believed in that. And the first three, even Lucky Larkis' horse, Joan Ranger, a very good runner, was a good race.
Very good race indeed. Raymond was intent on showing me at my very best. But thanks, Ray. That's very kind of you. But let's move on, and we're going to go and have a look at the Charity Mile. Now, the Charity Mile is always a fantastic event because it donates so much money to so many charities, and Empress Palace have really done a superb job with this.
Yeah, Bob Urim, fantastic. Actually, I didn't speak to Bob, but I saw him in the distance at the races. And
the concept is so good, you know.
Very good.
And there's nothing like it. It's
Nothing.
just...
It's just fantastic. And it's wonderful that it's going to charities. That's just so important. And well done to Pumalela and the Racing Association for organising a race like this. To me, it's a great race. And James, it's turned out to be a great success for young Alec Laird.
Absolutely. Won it last year with Bezanova.
Yeah, back-to-back wins.
The Funzels ran second last year, ran second again this year. Mike de Kock ran third. This horse came from a long way back. Have a close look at him. He was drawn 15. That didn't help him. Mitrad. But let's go and have a look at this race. It really was a good race.
Making a hash of the start, half the deficit is lost as they swing for home in the 2015 Piermont Empress Palace Charity Mile, and Bold Inspiration went forward and took over the lead. ML Jet is racing in second, White Line Fever third, Toro Rosso up towards the inside rails on the premises, then comes the Captain's Tune towards the outside Booklet top, then came Deputy Judd. They hit the final 300 metres. It's Bold Inspiration in front, outside of that is White Line Fever. Toro Rosso runs a big race, ML Jet right there, the Captain's Tune in between horses. ML Jet has a second bite, and outside us is Booklet Top. Booklet Top absolutely thrusting home, and Booklet Top looks good for victory. Booklet Top's the winner of the 2015 Piermont Empress Palace Charity Mile. Second to ML Jet, then Mac Delago and Mitrad. They're involved in a photo. The Captain's Tune was further back.
Yeah, great success. Well done to everyone concerned. Booklet Top's always been a very good horse, beautifully bred by Giants Causeway. And well done to Mary, and well done to Alec, back-to-back runs. ML Jet starting to fight back. I, funnily enough, had a word with Waiho afterwards, and I said to him, very good run by Mac Delago. He's proved that he has ability, this horse. And he said he's on sung to win the Summers Cup. He's really pleased with them. And the third horse, as you see, third and fourth horses came home hard, James.
Well, funny enough, if I was going to back a horse for the July next year, I'd back the third horse, Mitrad. I really would back him. I think he looks like he's got everything going for him.
Yeah. It's an early call. You could get big price, James.
Yeah, he could be the right horse, certainly. He's out of an O'Reilly mare.
The Sean Terry horses that came from way back, French Navy and Mates, were making up a lot of ground too, James. There's it was a decent field, eh?
Very, very nice field. Great concept. We really love it. We think that, just to all concerned, wonderful day's racing.
Gav Lorena, your pilot, James. Gav Lorena, the pilot. He's champion.
Let's go and have a look at your pilot now, making the pace. I don't know what he was making the pace for, the Graham Beck Stakes. I know what he thought he was doing out there, but there he was. Let's go and have a look at them.
And they get past the 800 metres mark. The leader is Unbelievable Chad. He sets the pace. He's a couple of lengths in front of African Ruler, and just as I said, Muwari makes its run towards the inside of runners. Luna approaches next, and then came Romany Prince. Liege is over towards the far side, the red and blue colours. Trading Profit is in the all blue. Angel's Power is next best with El Maestro. They hit the final 400 metres, and Unbelievable Chad still keeps them at bay. Muwari's worked up into second. Then comes Romany Prince towards the outside of them now, trying to get a blow in is Trading Profit. Liege is over towards the inside, but Muwari has put his best foot forward, and he's kicked clear by a couple of lengths. Unbelievable Chad is second, then comes Liege, but Muwari's all class, and Muwari is going to win it comprehensively. Second goes to Liege, third Malak Al Maluk, then came Unbelievable Chad.
Well, the Australian horse Muwari has always been highly touted. He was unlucky in a Group 1, if I can say that, earlier in his career, or certainly would have been later in his career. And James, a very nice horse in the making.
Yeah, very nice horse. He's by O'Reilly, who's a champion sire in New Zealand. Out of a Narber mare, there's
old broodmare sire. Harry Sons Anabar, Treves Anabar. Anabar is a very good broodmare sire.
Yeah, so He does look like a very good horse, but I do think that if you'd settled rather than going to the front, you might actually run very, very close.
Yeah,
nice horse.
I spoke to Strike. He said the horse took the bit on the side, just bolted. So
how was Bert Leclerc?
No, he was fantastic.
Bert
Leclerc. Chad couldn't be there because he swims in Doha today. But Bert's one of the.
Bert flew out last night.
Yeah, and he was asked by someone in the box on Saturday whether. Where did the swimming come from, Chad? From the mother or the father? He said definitely from the father, and if he catches him, he's going to knock 7 out of him. That's Bert
I can imagine what he said, 7 kinds of.
Yeah, so that's Bert Leclerc, humour. He's that type of guy. But we were beautifully looked after by the people in Gauteng, and Bert was incredibly impressed with the setup up there.
Are you with the Racing Association?
Yes,
boys?
yes. Yeah. Rob Scott was there. Larry had gone to the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
So they really went out of the way to look after us, and 10 out of 10 to them.
Well done to all concerned. It was a wonderful day's racing. Let's have a quick look at the Melbourne Cup, which is being run tomorrow. We're going to just chat quickly about it. The McKinnon is always the lead-up race to the Melbourne Cup. Yeah. 3 days before, every single year, all the horses ran in the McKinnon. Do you know how many ran this year?
I would say 5.
None.
Not one was prepped.
Well, we could never work out how these Australians were running horses 3 days before in the McKinnon, and then running in the Melbourne Cup over 2 miles 4 days later.
And winning. They were doing it for years, you know.
For years. None ran in the McKinnon.
The latest superstar in Australia coming through, the name escapes me, ran a week apart.
No, the name escapes me, it's another horse.
Is that another horse? Sorry. Over 2,500 meters. Not called the name escapes me, you're right.
Okay.
But I'm just showing, they run them back. They're not scared. But none went into the McKinnon.
None
That's
went
unusual.
to the McKinnon.
Who won the McKinnon?
And I'm going to say something very controversial.
Yes.
Since anabolic steroids have been banned,
yes.
Okay, you can't run horses 3 days apart and have them hold their form. And
no, you can go 1 day apart.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the fence that horses can run if they come back. What are you going to tell the World Cup rugby players, James? Sorry, you can't play 3 days' time against Wales because it's too soon.
Do you see how tired they were 3 days later?
The All Blacks weren't. They kept the nucleus the same team. Yeah. But anyway, James, talking about that race, McKinnon, who was it won by again?
It was won by a French horse.
That's right.
And
that's right.
I said for years now on this show that the Australians will never have an Australian-bred horse win the Melbourne Cup again. Well, I don't think they'll win it again this year. But Galo Chop was the horse that won it.
That's right.
It's trained by a guy called Antoine de Watrigant, who's a Frenchman, and he trained south of Bordeaux.
Okay. I thought this was, is it owned by Mr. Chopard or trained by Mr. Chopard?
No, it's owned by the Chopards, okay? Chopard's a fantastic French watch called a Chopard, okay? And I don't know if they're the same people, but all I can say is Antoine de Waingrat went down to Australia with this little horse that he trains. He's got 12 horses in training.
Yes.
And it's by Deportivo,
correct, that's right, Deportivo, yeah.
And it won the McKinnon, you know, and...
Again, James, the big race tomorrow, isn't there a South African connection with Duke of Marmalade?
Yeah, there's a Duke of Marmalade horse running called Big Orange. In the Melbourne Cup. Big Orange is running he's a Free State supporter. And then
is Frankie going down?
Frankie's going down. Now that's an interesting story. Frankie's going down to ride for the champion steeplechase trainer in Ireland, Willie Mullins.
Okay.
Willie Mullins got a horse that won the country hurdle at Cheltenham running called Max Dynamite.
Okay.
Owned by Rick Ritchie.
Max Dynamite. Yeah. If it runs nowhere, it'll be Max no difference.
Yeah. Well, Frankie's going all the way to ride it, okay? And Ed Dunlop's got 2 horses in the race. He's got the usual Red Cadeau, who's run 5. It will be his 5th running in the race.
Yes, he's got another horse there.
And Trip to Paris, who won the Grand Prix de Paris.
Good stayer.
Very, very good
stayer. Is that your selection?
I think he'd probably be the right horse of the
But no Aussie horse, no Aussie bred horse.
No, the Aussies can't run close. I'm certain of that.
You know, James, just touching on Frankie getting out there, our friend Ryan Moore came back from the Breeders' Cup. Yeah. 4 hours later, he won a race in France.
Yeah, they get out there and they do it. But let's go on. And firstly, there was a big sale at Keeneland on Sunday.
Yes.
And the top price was $3 million paid for a Bernardini filly in training, not even in foal. $3 million. Don Alberto bought her. Her name was Angela Rennie. She won
Is
a
that his
Group
name?
1.
Don Alberto.
Don Alberto.
Is he part of the family?
Yeah, he's part of the 5 families.
Don Alberto. I'll buy this horse.
He's the Keeneland section of the family. Yeah. Anyway, they're big breeders. But there were a whole lot of mares that were sold in foal to Tappet mainly. They went for 2.7, 2.4, whatever. But this went for 3 million, which is about, what, 38 million rand for a brood filly off the track, Group 1 winner. I would like to be able to sell a few of those. You know what it would do for our racing industry. But let's go into the Breeders' Cup. And the first thing we're going to say is that Liam's Map won the Breeders' Cup.
Is this for your call or for current affairs?
Oh, okay. Well, no, I think it's for current affairs. Let's just talk about Liam's Map, because it is part of South African racing.
Absolutely, you're
right. He won the Dirt Mile.
Yeah.
And he is by Unbridled Song.
That's right.
But what's he out of?
The Trippy Mare.
Trippy Mare.
Can you hear that? A Trippy Mare, guys. So there we go. There's the influence again. And Liam's Map's a very good horse.
Very, very good horse. He beat Leah, who was the champion dirt filly over a mile. But that was on Friday. And we've only got one race from the Friday. We thought we had to show you this. It was a Ryan Moore. But we're going to bring this all up in your call. Let's go and have a look there.
Mushreek's coming back for more. Fighting Warrior down the inside. Mushreek, Fighting Warrior. Fighting Warrior gets his battle armor on, and he scores under Stuart Randall for the Ivan Moore stable.
Right, Breeders' Cup, Keeneland. Friday, the figures showed that they was marginally up on last year. All the betting was the same. Saturday, same type of figures, and just an unbelievable race meeting. We're going to start on Friday and go and have a look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, because the turf races are what really interest us.
Yeah, of course.
And
of course.
O'Brien always is strong, but there was the horse that was favourite here was a horse called Air Force of Mark Casser, and Julian de Pro rode it. Just got beaten, but this was one of the best rides you'll ever see. This horse hit it a bomb. Aidan O'Brien was drawn widest of all.
Hit a bomb?
Hit it a bomb, yeah.
Who named that? Some sparked up Irishman?
No, it was, her name is Ellie, the name escapes me.
That always comes up a lot. Right, let's go and have a look at this. This is the Friday Grade 1.
By 3, Dresden Hermes goes second by 5. Kemrick tries to get going, still third. Everyone else with work to do. Manhattan Dan tries to take it all the way and leads it by 3.5 lengths. Dresden Hermes makes a final try toward the outside. Birchwood is running late from far back with Aero Force. Hit it a bomb is coming late. Birchwood, Aero Force, hit it a bomb in the colors of Evie Stockwell. Rallies to take it for Ryan Moore.
Well, there you go. The colours of Ely Strackwell hit it a bomb. Trained in Ireland by O'Brien. This horse was bred by the owner. And when you watch the race, you see Moore is in no man's land at the back. He follows Air Force through and collars it on the line.
Yeah, I got 10 million rand for winning this race, and this is by Warfront, James. Warfront's been a superb stallion out of a Sadler's World mare. When O'Brien comes into town, he's got these pedigrees that you can't believe.
Well, they buy the best they can to try and make some stallions, yeah. And you know, they're just fantastic horses. We're going to move to Saturday, and we're going to have a look at the Breeders' Cup Fillies and Mares Turf. Now, this mare is a phenomenon. She's won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. She ran second in this race last year. She's by the leading stallion in America, Kitten's Joy. And she's owned by Ramses.
Yeah, the Ramses say they've made themselves famous with just one stallion.
Yeah. Let's go and have a look at Stephanie's Kitten winning the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile.
outside. Legatissimo still down toward the rail in fifth, running nearly 5 lengths off the lead. Miss France to her outside, wants to chances. Then Stephanie's Kitten, who moves against the rail, 7 lengths off the lead. But Secret Gesture still the leader from Photo Call top of the stretch with Sentiero Italia third. Now Legatissimo is changing lanes, has to go to the outside. Here comes Sentiero Italia as well. Stephanie's Kitten is still fifth. Here's Photo Call right alongside of Secret Gesture. Stephanie's Kitten runs late toward the inside and finds an opening there. And Legatissimo on the outside. But Stephanie's Kitten bursting through an opening to the lead from Legatissimo. Stephanie's Kitten and Irad Ortiz Jr. for America in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. Legatissimo was second across the line in 1 minute 56 and 1.
Well, there you go. Irad Ortiz, who's the new kid on the block, he rode it, Irad Ortiz Jr., for Chad Brown, Chad Chumpy Brown, as they call him. He's
Brown.
like the new kid on the block, too. He's
had a
put
good
everyone's back up.
Yeah,
he's got a lot to say.
Oh, is he outspoken? Is he a Mourinho?
Yeah, you've got to read Indian Charlie to see what he says about Chad Chumpy Brown. But he's a fantastic trainer, Chad Brown. And Legatissimo ran second. Daniel Wachman, who's the second trainer for the Coolmore bunch.
Third horse ran well.
Queen's Jewel, the third horse, Freddie Head. He doesn't come into town for fun. Maxime Guillaume come from far too far behind. Let's go and have a look at the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Grade 1 dirt. The champion was Private Zone. The new kid on the block, Run Happy. What a duel.
The time for the opening quarter. Holy Boss toward the inside, Private Zone on the outside, and these two going at it for the lead off the far turn. A gap of 3 to Run Happy, who's still in third. Favorite Tail is fourth, looking to the far outside off the turn. And then Ivan Falanovalot, who's in fifth. Private Zone has taken the lead from Holy Boss. Run Happy takes aim with Favorite Tail on the outside in fourth. Final furlong. Private Zone the leader. Run Happy just keeps coming at him past the 16th pole. Run Happy, and boy, does this horse love to run. The aptly named Run Happy for Edgar Prado to take it. And then it was Private Zone home second, and Favorite Tail got third in 1 minute 8 and 2.
Right, well, there's Run Happy winning the Breeders' Cup Sprint, beating Private Zone, who was the champion. And you see the lead in it, just absolutely fantastic there. The trainer of this winner is Maria Borrell.
Yeah, is she related to Calvin?
No one knows her at all.
I must tell you a little story about this. I spoke to Linton Ryan about this race, and he was talking, Run Happy is the hottest thing around when it comes to these sprint races. But Maria Borrell took this horse over. It was a Group 3 horse.
Yes.
And she won 2 or 3 Group 1s, and she won this Group 1 as well. And the ex-trainer is the agent for the owners.
Yeah.
They took the horse away from her after this race.
Yep.
That's the beauty of racing.
Yeah.
That's shocking, James.
Maria Borrell has got a small stable. Edgar Prado rode this. This filly was being brought along beautifully by the agent. But I think they're all mates, and I think they all get on with each other.
Well, I don't know if they get on with me. So it's Run Happy, and the trainer's unhappy. So it doesn't look good that you lose a horse like this. They're probably the quickest around and dirt there. And funny enough, you know what's very interesting, James? This horse is by Super Saver. Now, Super Saver is a Derby horse, throwing you a champion sprinter. Very unusual. Not the other way around.
Well, the other interesting part is that it broke the course record, 1 minute 8.5 for 6 furlongs on the dirt. It smashed the course record, and it beat the best sprinter in America, Private Zone. Yeah. So really a very
good reason to take your horse away from a trainer. You break the course record, you win another Group 1, and you say, no, we're not happy, we're moving it. Well done. Racing the same world over.
Yeah. Okay, let's go and have a look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Grade 1 on the dirt. And this horse, we had to have a look at him. Yeah. The 2 Breeders' Cup Juveniles were won by a new kid on the block size. The fillies was won by Medaglia d'Oro, and the colts was won by an Uncle Mo, Nyquist. He's unbeaten, this horse, and the trip he got, it was absolutely amazing that he ended up winning. Let's go and have a look at Nyquist.
Running 10 lengths off the lead, trying to thread their way through traffic, and they're all chasing Riker midway on the far turn. Cockton Loaded's making his move now. Cockton Loaded moves up to the outside to challenge Riker for the lead as they come by the quarter pole. Unbridled Outlaw third, Nyquist is his fourth, Exaggerator fifth, Conquest Big E sixth, Swipe is a wide seventh off the far turn. Riker the leader, Cockton Loaded, Nyquist tries to join them, Swipe out in the center of the track, Exaggerator back toward the inside. Nyquist keeps striding forward in the final furlong. He has taken the lead. Swipe moves up behind him toward the outside. Late run from Brody's Cause, but still fifth. It's Nyquist with the lead. Nyquist in front, chased by Swipe. Nyquist to take it. Swipe was home second. Brody's Cause rallied up for third on the outside. Exaggerator was home fourth.
Well, Nyquist is by Uncle Mo. And
Uncle Mo's, you know, I bid on 2 or 3 down in Australia because
they were nice horses.
They were nice horses, big horses, and I think Mike Azzi bought an Uncle Mo, if I'm not mistaken. So I keep an eye out for that. You know, there's a lot of those very good Derby horses that are shuttled down there, the big Browns and horses like this. You can buy them, James.
Well, they shuttled to Australia, which is fantastic. It gives us the opportunity to get them here because
they don't buy them, the Aussies, because they're not speed horses.
Yeah, they want to find sprinters.
Anything
they like their own thing. They like snippets and all those type of things.
Anything fast they're queuing up for. Yeah. But if it's well, Galileo wasn't a great success down there.
No, the Giant's Causeway.
You know, the Authorised, all these staying horses that came out of Ireland and where have you, Derby winners, whatever. You can buy them. You can buy them cheaply.
Well, we bought High Chaparrals for this country. You can't buy High Chaparrals anywhere in the world. Yeah. And the other horse that was absolutely amazing down there, who you could buy for here was.
Rocket Gibraltar.
You know,
Michael de Cox done magnificently with Rocket Gibraltar. And so the other guys who bought them say, you go to Australia, you can buy these horses. You go to
Uncle Mo is the new thing. This is
cool,
the big thing on the block, Uncle Mo. And he does look like
Doug O'Neill's the trainer. I believe he kept the horse after the race.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go and have a look at the Breeders' Cup Turf. It's 1 mile and 4 furlongs. So it's St. Ledger distance. And my goodness gracious, this was a race of races because Golden Horn, who's had the most incredible season in Europe, culminating in the Arc de Triomphe, this was just a bridge too far. And Aidan O'Brien got him, and Ryan Moore got him. But watch this race.
Copper to catch, still leads it by a dozen lengths. Golden Horn and Cage Fighter going at it for second. Found is in fourth. The Pizza Man is fifth on the outside. And then Slumber, Twilight Eclipse, Red Rifle, Big Blue Kitten, a long way to come. And the leaders are bearing down on Shining Copper. Golden Horn, 4 lengths away, 3 lengths away. The Pizza Man coming. Red Rifle on the outside. Big Blue Kitten is there, swinging wide off the far turn. Outside of Red Rifle, Golden Horn and Found go 1-2 off the turn. Big Blue Kitten trying to rally down the far outside to catch Golden Horn. Found. What a valiant effort from this filly. She's got a head in front. Golden Horn is second. Down to the line, Big Blue Kitten third. Found had been chasing Golden Horn. Found the best today.
Well, that was absolutely amazing because Ryan Moore stalked O'Brien's, stalked Golden Horn, Frankie Dettori the whole way. Here's a lead in here. And this is a fantastic mare. She's, you can see she's gone wintering. She's been clipped out a bit.
James, they're not scared to run them, you know, but the winner and the runner-up ran in the Arc.
Yeah.
You know,
and she was a bit unlucky in the Arc. She found interference. Yeah. But take nothing away from the second horse. You know, for Anthony Oppenheimer to go to America and run in the Breeders' Cup, it adds to the whole race. Yeah. People are getting less scared of running these horses that are going to be stallions, which is fantastic. You know, that's what it's about. Racing is what it's about.
I love seeing the good horses stay in racing.
And then Big Blue Kitten, another Kitten's Joy, ran third. But Ryan Moore and Frankie Dettori, the 2 best jockeys in the world, having a go. And we're going to have a look at the last one, is the Breeders' Cup Classic, because this was the culmination of the whole day. To have the champion horse in America running against whatever would face him, and I don't think much faced him, but the way he ran, he is the champion. Let's go and have a look at the Breeders' Cup Classic from the start, American Pharaoh.
And they're off. In the Breeders' Cup Classic, an American Pharaoh, quick and astride, comes right out for the lead and gets over toward the rail as the field moves by the stands with F&X there up on the outside. Tonalist in close quarters early here, down toward the rail in third, right behind American Pharaoh. Frosted will go fourth. Keen Ice is in fifth. Hard Ace is sixth on the outside of Glen Eagles in seventh. And Honor Code eighth and last, 8 lengths off the lead. American Pharaoh takes the field into the first turn. F&X long shot just off his flank in second. Tonalist in good position here in third. third by a length and a half. Frosted is in fourth. Keen Ice outward from the rail fifth. Then Glen Eagles, Hard Aces, and Honor Code. The first quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds. And American Pharaoh will dictate the terms and guides the field onto the backstretch. Leads it by just a length. Here's F&X again moving forward toward the outside. The first half mile in 47 2/5 seconds. Gap of 2 back to Toneless just inside of Frosted, who's fourth on the outside. A gap of 7 more back to Keen Ice. Glen Eagles toward the inside. Then Hard Aces and Honor Code is still last and running nearly a dozen lengths off the lead as the field heads for the far turn. American Pharaoh in front for Victor Espinosa by 2 lengths. F&X, then Frosted and Toneless toward the inside. And now here comes Toneless looking for running room toward the rail. F&X toward the outside. They're all beginning to bear down on American Pharaoh. Frosted is there in fourth, regains third by just ahead, midway on the far turn. American Pharaoh through it all, still in front, opens back up here by 2.5, 3 lengths to the top of the stretch. F&X continues to give chase. Frosted third, Toneless in fourth, a quarter mile from home, and American Pharaoh is into the stretch at Keeneland in the Breeders' Cup Classic. A 5-length lead as he comes to the 8th pole. F&X second, Frosted far back in third, Toneless is in fourth. Into the final furlong, there will be a 4th jewel in the crown. He's an everlasting credit to the sport. American Pharaoh has belted a grand slam in the Breeders' Cup Classic. He wins it in 2 minutes flat.
Well, 2 minutes flat. Just have a look at this horse, American Pharaoh. There he is. It's just absolutely fantastic. We haven't got audio here, so don't worry, we'll talk about him. Look at him, ears pricked. He's run the fastest race that's ever been run on the Keeneland dirt. A lead from the front, do it his own way.
James, funny enough, for homebred,
Yeah.
You know, and his father, Pioneer of the Nile, was a homebred as well. And what superb horses. And the interest for South Africans would be the third horse, Honor Code.
Yeah.
Half-brother to...
It's half-brother to the stallion that stands here.
Noble Tune.
Noble Tune at
half-brother to Noble Tune. Now, funny enough, they're all off to stud now. American Pharaoh, I think, is going to Ashford.
Yeah.
And I know that Honor Code goes off to stud as well. There's a good few of them going off to stud.
The interesting thing is he's only been beaten once, American Pharaoh. And
Twice.
That was, but once since he turned 3.
Yes, the Travers.
Since he won the Triple Crown. And he got beaten by Keen Ice.
That's right.
Well, he gave that a proper hiding. You know, I don't know how far.
How did he lose his debut?
Well, you know, that happens on debuts with horses.
Correct. That just shows. So, well done. American Pharaoh is just the big horse at the moment. And Aidan O'Brien was heard to say he's never seen a horse like this. And you know what he's had through his hands? He's seen Frankel's, he's seen everything. He said, I've never seen a horse like this.
Well, he's a machine, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just runs them ragged. You know, Toneless, Christophe Clement was saying, well, you know, you've got a chance now because we prepared for this race. And he flattened him halfway around the turn. He's following him, Toneless. That's the end of him. He cannot go with him.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen a horse like this since Secretariat, and I think Secretariat was the last horse like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hope that he makes it as a stallion, which I'm sure he will do. He's got the right type of pedigree, and he's the right type of horse.
Yeah.
And you've got to take your hat off to Bob Baffert. The pressure, can you imagine Bob Baffert's pressure? He went for all these races, won them all except getting beaten by Travers. In the Travers, that was travesty.
Yeah.
And then bounce back and win this one like he won it. It just
the first stake was over $3 million.
They deserve every penny they get.
Absolutely.
The Breeders' Cup is a phenomenon. It's one of those 2-day race meetings that if you ever get a chance, you've got to go and have a look at. Anything else to come out of it?
No, that's it. You know, I say a lot of horses going off to stud, but we had some good racing right around the world.
We love it. That's what makes it such fun. And we want to thank Teletrack as well for putting these races on. They give us the opportunity to watch these races. You know, people work late at night and whatever. And well done to them for putting these races on.
Just before we wrap up, next week we did some people who would have that Chad Leclos insert, about 8 minutes of it, but we're going to put it in next week. We've got a full...
we got the Chad Leclos insert?
Yeah, Michelle Wing and Spielberg did it. Yeah.
Chasing him in the pool?
But I've seen it, James. It shows him beating Phelps, and it's a beautifully put together documentary by Spielberg and Michelle Wing.
Yeah.
And Scotty helped as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to look at that next week. We hope you've enjoyed the show this week. It's been full of racing and full of great racing, and that's what we look for. Let's hope next week's just as good for you as far as the racing's concerned.
Second position, but Militant Roses giving them a bath. That's one of the biggest millions I've ever seen. Grace Valana, the leader. Grace Valana.